Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Pup, and today we have week 5, which is the final week of the regular season in the Pokemon Sports League. I think we're in season 6, and this is win or go home for us. So if we lose this game, we're going not to the playoffs. We got to win. And we're faced up against Crimson, who is one of the best players in the league, the commissioner, and they're coaching the Miami Palafins. I think they're 3-1 plus 10, or 2-2 plus like 3 or something. I don't know. I don't really remember, but this is going to be an intense battle, so you don't want to miss it. I would recommend leaving a like and subscribing, because if we do win, then you will very much want to check out the playoffs because we made a crazy run last season. But yeah, let's hop right into the team builder. Crimson has Hisuian Zoroark, Clefable, Torterra, Gyarados, Latios, Silvally, Galarian Slowbro, Arcanine, Vikavolt, Absol, and Probopass. My team's also up there as well, where the purple can Tera into any type, and then the goldish can not Tera into stab. So, I mean, looking at their team, they have a lot of big threats. Clefable can set up and just be a menace. It's also an unaware mon, so we can't really set up against it. They have Torterra that can set up with Shell Smash, and then they don't have to worry that much about Mirror because they do have that unaware Clefable. They also have Gyarados that can set up. I do think it's a little bit of a fraud in Draft League, though, which is nice. Latios and Hisuian Zoroark hit very hard on the special side, so we have to keep an eye out for that. Silvally can be any type. It's a pretty good mon, a lot of utility. Arcanine, good Intimidator, Sticky Webs on the Vikavolt. Yeah, I mean, just a lot of really good stuff. It's a really solid team to build off of. But I noticed they have a couple weaknesses. First of all, they just don't have the best switch-ins. Like, in general, they don't have the best switch-ins to anything unless they're running like full defensive on a couple mons. So that's pretty nice, and we're going to take advantage of that. And then they also don't have very good hazard control because they only have Defog on Silvally and Latios to deal with it. So we're going to start off with Choice Scarf, Tera Water, Basculin. This is our Tera of choice this week with adaptability, and Wave Crash just goes crazy. Once Torterra Shell Smashes once, we're always outrunning them even if they're Jolly. And then we kill it with Wave Crash if they're -1. And what else? We've got Jet, Flip Turn, Head Smash is there for Gyarados. They can intimidate me. They have 2 Intimidators on their team, but we're still doing a ton of damage with Tera Water adaptability. We're also outrunning any modest Scarf from the Latios or the Hisuian Zoroark, which I do expect to come. It could be timid, but, you know, we'll see what happens. Next up, we are going to have Choice Specs Terapagos. We brought this set once last season, and it kind of goes crazy here if there's no Zoroark, or if we get that thing gone early, then we just click Choice Specs Terra Starstorm, and they don't have a switch-in. I don't care if they're Assault Vest on, like, Slowbro or anything. It does not switch in. We just click Terra Starstorm. We waste literally all of our PP on that thing just clicking it, and we get kills. We also have Spin in case they set up hazards on my side, which could be annoying. Or we have Flash Cannon that could hit Clefable and Earth Power that can hit Probopass. We also have some hazard control in Fortress, just a normal sturdy cuss step set with Spike, Stealth Rock, Toxic Thunder Wave, no attacking moves. We didn't need Body Press at all this week. There's nothing that it really hits besides those 2 very, very low tiers. But we have Toxic plus Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave is actually really good into a majority of their team, but into some mons like Torterra, we're going to have to Toxic. We would probably want to Toxic something like a Calm Mind Latios, maybe an Arcanine that's being annoying and defensive, but Thunder Wave's really good into the rest. And then we want to set up our hazards because they have no control. And we're just max defensive on this thing. Doesn't matter too much, but I think we can eat hits from Torterra pretty well, also from Gyarados, so it stops them from winning. We've also got Choice Specs Tapu Koko, so our third choice mon with Telepathy because we can't run the Electric Surge. But Choice Specs Dazzling Gleam goes crazy into their team. Also, as soon as the Torterra is gone, Choice Specs Thunderbolt goes crazy into their team. They're not running a Terra Ground, so those two just go crazy. We have Volt Switch as well and U-Turn. Didn't really need another coverage move like Grass Knot or anything. Didn't really go well here. And then we have enough speed to outrun both their top 2 threats if they're not Scarfed, and we still have enough room for Modest and some HP investment. And then we're running our 4th choice mon with Iron Boulder here. Choice Banded Mighty Cleave goes crazy into their team. We always live a hit from even Well, from Scarf, Zoroark is what we're worried about on turn 1, and we just click Mighty Cleave into whatever leads. We literally just click it and it hurts. I don't think we can really be killed on turn 1 that well. We also knock out the Vikavolt, obviously, so they can't set up webs unless they're Focus Sash. We've got Earthquake on that thing just in case we need it for a late game sweep. Quick Attack as well in case we need to outrun like a Scarfer or something that's set up. And then Sacred Sword in case something tries to set up on their defensive. And then we also have enough speed to outrun those top 2 threats, like I said, and a ton of HP investment. And then last but not least is Poliwrath. I've got to bring the Dual Waters again. This thing's leftovers Water Absorb with Knock, Rest, Sleep Talk, Drain Punch. I always eat 2 hits from a Specs Hisuian Zoroark. If they're timid, I can always eat 2 Hyper Voices. If they want a Shadow Ball, I can also Tera Normal. So I also have that on the Fortress, I didn't mention. But if we need to stop the sweep in the end game, we can always Tera Normal. Knockoff should do like 90% to them. I think it's like 85 to 98% that it does. So this thing is just really good to make sure we don't get swept. You can also knock off an item on like Clef or even on Lottie, because we should eat most hits from Lottie as well with our max but def. But that's going to be pretty much it. I kind of speed ran this team builder, but I think with 4 choice mods, it's going to be really fun. We're going to have a really offensive battle. I know Crimson loves to take their time, so we might have an hour-long video. You'll never know. But I'm just going to click buttons. I'm not going to let them be able to stall it out with the time. I'm just going to get a kill every single turn, and they're not going to know what to do about it. So that's going to be about it. If you guys do enjoy, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let's head over to the battle. All right, what's going on? We got Crim here, and I see the Hisuian Zoroark, Galarian Slowbro, Clef, Lottie, Torterra, and Silvally. They don't really have a good switch into Basculin at all. They also don't really switch into Boulder. Now, I wonder how much Boulder does to Torterra. Not too much. So Torterra is the one thing that can actually beat my Boulder. I still think it's a really good lead into them. I think that's the plan, is just go Boulder and click Mighty Cleave. Chance to kill Lottie. There's 50 to Clef. It's almost 50 to Slowbro if they're fully Fizz Def. Kills his Zoroark. Does a lot to Silvally depending on the type. So I just think it's a great lead. I wonder if Lottie is like... If they have like a choice Scarf set with Draco, they can't kill me anyways. And we'll find it out on this turn. I think it's just Boulder. I'm excited to rock the triple choice or the quadruple choice items. Sorry, my bad. I think it's gonna be really good here. I think we're just gonna have to break them down. What Silvally type could they be? Maybe, maybe water would be pretty decent. I'm really not sure because Basculin does go kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm thinking just Tera Water on Basculin. I even do like 50% to Lottie, which is crazy. One shot Zoroark, do 50% to Slowbro, 60% to Clef, 50, like 70% to Torterra, 80%, and they lead with a Slowbro. This is perfectly fine. I could just get double Earthquakes off, or I could go for Mighty Cleave. It depends on if they're physically defensive. If they're not, we're just gonna do way too much to them. They could also just go for Toxic here, which would be kind of annoying. So maybe I try to go Poliwrath and knock him off. I have Rest, so I can always get it back, but this could be the Zoroark. Let me just Mighty Cleave. Because if it's the Zoroark, we just get a kill straight off the bat. Yeah. As they go out to Torterra. Okay. And it takes only 23. It's super Fizz Def. Super duper Fizz Def. That's crazy. Alright, they're like 252, 252. That's kind of insane. Careful. Or not careful. Impish. Yeah. Maybe they have a little bit of outside investment, but not much. And now here we just make the play out to Fortress. They could easily double. We're sturdy on Fortress anyways, so we're fine if they do. You know, this Torterra also takes on my Basculin decently well now. I mean, it cannot switch in on my wave crashes, I don't think. But it takes it on fine. I have a feeling that that lead was probably Zoroark disguised as the Slowbro. We're gonna make Fortress, so they go back out into Slowbro. I'm assuming that this is the this is Zoroark, so I'm gonna paralyze it. And then they have like dual defoggers. I guess it's not. Alright, this is just an actual Slowbro. Alright, how much is Terapagos gonna do? A ton. I'm just gonna go out to it. I'm gonna click Choice Specs. Yeah, they get fully paralyzed that turn, that's nice. I'm just gonna Tera Starstorm to 65 as we eat the body press. Now they could go out to the Hisui Zoroark here. I'm gonna fire off another Tera Starstorm though. We'll see if they do. They're actually max Spadef on this thing. Yeah, to only take 65, they're max Spadef. They know that we're specs. They also know that we have Abandonmon. And so Zoroark makes a lot of sense here. If I assume they're going to go out to it, can I go out to Poliwrath? I could. Maybe I just try to make the play. Catch the Zoroark. I'm going to go out to Poliwrath. If they like slack off or something, it's fine. Because we can get rid of their leftovers. Kind of annoying for them to deal with me. Just because I am so defensive, or especially defensive. The Zoroark is so obvious. Yeah, and I think they did it. This might not be. This might be the actual Clef, but I also think it could be Zoroark. Switching straight into it, it's gotta be. So I'm just gonna fire off a knock. I really think this is Zoroark. Even if it's Clef and Moonblasting, they're gonna do 40%. So this is just a knockoff every time. I wonder if they let me get all this damage. Because I'm doing a lot. If they're not max HP, let's see. If they're not max HP, I do 80 to 94. If they are max HP, it still does 65 to 75. And then we don't take very much. They could be like a Will-O-Wisp set. As they go Lottie on my knockoff. Wow. And no more specs. Ooh. No more specs is really interesting. So they could drop a Draco. They could also go for a Luster Purge. How much is Luster Purge do to Coco? That's a decent chunk. I'm gonna go Fortress. If they want a Luster Purge, that's fine. They don't get like a fire move to be able to hit Fortress with. And if we're able to set up even just a layer of rocks or a layer of spikes would be great. Let's see. It's just going to be the flip turn. I get a crit on it. Doesn't really matter. As they send out Silvally Ground. Alright. I'm going to Toxic. They could easily Flamethrower. They just SD though. That's totally fine. I'm just going to start setting up my spikes. This thing, we can outrun it with a bunch of stuff on our team. Mainly the Basculin is what I'm thinking. And Revenge kill it. So I'm fine getting rid of this thing for now. They're going to SD again. That's insane. So we're just going to set up our spikes still. They're taking a ton of chip. Basculin comes in and kills it with Wave Crash afterwards. I'm pretty sure this thing doesn't get priority. Oh, and we even live. Do we value a rock or spikes more? I think we value a rock. Custap rocks. Alright, and now Basculin should be able to kill with Aqua Jet here. So we're just going to Tera Water, Aqua Jet. There's the Valley Ground. Get this thing out of here. Even if they like Tera out of it, they're going to die to Toxic. I don't even think they can Tera on this thing. So we should be fine. I don't know, it was just last night where I was looking at all the team builder stuff because I built this late last night, and I should know. Because we're in another early game, or early day game, because Krim is an Aussie, you know? I mean, look at this. We're in a really good spot. Basculin goes absolutely crazy. And we're getting a ton of chip on Torterra with the spikes and rock. I thought it was nice to get a rock up just to limit the Lottie switch-ins, though. Because they could have defog on that thing, which would make a lot of sense. I think if they bring in Latios after... Let me see, how much do I do to Lottie with Tera? I don't really do very much. I was thinking that I could just stay in an Aqua Jet if they're going to be defog. But if they're defog, I think I can just go to Coco. And even if I just U-turn against it, it should kill Lottie after a rock. Yeah. That's the play. They can drop a Luster Purge, it's not going to do that much. Alright, we get the Tera Water off. Goodbye, Sil Valley. Good. I just Tera Watered to make sure I would take the kill. And they do go Lottie. So this is the play I kind of mapped out in my head. So I'm thinking defog here. Let's see what it is. It's going to actually just be Psychic. And that... I mean, that just seems like a fair Psychic. We're just going to U-turn here. If they want to go Torterra, it's going to get huge amount of damage. I'm glad they didn't defog. Nice, they do go Tort. They're going to take a ton of damage. Take a ton from the U-turn as well. And then Terrapagos kind of gets a kill here. I have to pick a move to press though. So I could go Basculin. And even max defensive dies to Wave Crash. Yeah, this is max Fizdef. Dies to our adaptability Wave Crash. Alright, let's go for it. They might expect me to be banded. They're going to be Tera Ghost. That does not help them. Not one bit. I don't understand why they Tera Ghosted there. Really interesting. It's not like I was going to click, not like I was going to click Double Edge. I'm just adaptability. Maybe they think I'm Reckless. But I think Reckless Wave Crash would still do the similar. But I don't know, they have no switch in now. I'm outspeeding everything unless they have like Scarfers. Well, they don't know. Yeah, they just go Lottie. I'm gonna Wave Crash the Lottie. And bang, Basculin putting in a ton of work. This will be 3 kills for Basculin. There we go. Get out of here, Lottie. And now what? Zoroark could come out if they're Scarfed. If not, they die. Clef comes out. And it's going to take a million. They are unaware. Oh, we just Wave Crash. No reason not to. And then in this late game, I mean, Coco Thunderbolts. I also just click Mighty Cleave. I feel like this is hard to lose. Yeah, they just Moonblast me. Take me out. That's fine. You did your job, buddy. I'm going to go Coco, and we're just going to click Specs Volt or Specs Thunderbolt. They already used their Tera. Everything's going to take a bunch of chip. I think we're going to secure ourselves a playoff spot unless something crazy happens. I don't know, still could be something crazy. They can't have like Sash in the back or anything, which is nice. We did use our Tera, so we're not like immune to Shadow Balls anymore on our Poliwrath. But we should be fine. If there's Scarf on Zoroark, they cannot kill my Boulder with anything. They also like can't just spam Shadow Ball. They go Slowbro. They're not even regen. They're Quick Draw. They don't get it. Unfortunate for them. And then I think even the Zoroark probably dies here to Specs. Yeah. Let's see if they're Scarfed in the back. I'm kind of assuming they are, but if they're not, then interesting bring. Maybe they're choosing what to lock themselves into. No matter what, this game is completely over. Bang, we get a 4-0 victory over Krim. Let's go. And that actually means we're going to be above them in the rankings because they're 3-2 plus 6. We're 3-2 plus 7. We could get the number 2 overall, which would be really nice. We're probably going to be we could be number 3, number 4 still, but we're going to be in those top. We're going to be a division leader, so it's going to be really nice for us. And we are making it to the playoffs, which is very, very exciting. After a couple really unlucky weeks, we really pulled it off here. I think the quadruple choice items went crazy. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in our playoff match next week. Peace out.